Hello friends, this is Om Gupta. I have always been attracted to the things that are taboo. I have never been afraid to go to that dark place. Good evening all. With this thought, we have started the journey of changing your ideology talks with Om. In every episode of this program, we will cover all the taboo topics around the nation and the world. We have started taking a step towards creating a new nation, and we want you to witness this and support and inspire us with your likes, shares, and subscribes. This journey is a journey in which we will try to change the world with your support. So you are the one who is gonna support us to change this nation and the world. Hello friends, I'm again here with you, and due to some network connection error, yeah, you can hear that. Due to some network connection error, we got disconnected, and that was the all reason and all. So now we won't get disconnected, just waiting for the guest to enter the Zoom meeting and then we will start everything. Before that, let us have a talk on the topic today we are going to discuss upon. Yeah. What is sex according to you? According to me, it's a most versatile, sorry, versatile thing. It's my first video, I'm getting nervous. Versatile thing. It's full of dignity. When people adopt is to harm anyone, adopt this way of sex to harm anyone, like we hear about undesirable crimes in India and the world outside. So we see that it is harming people. So it is losing, like dignity of the thing is lost. We are not like maintaining the dignity of sex. Sex is the only natural way by which the creation in the world take place. The persons, the creations, the God's creation come as the only natural way through which the God's creation come into the world. We praise God for creating us. We don't praise sex for the way. If that won't be the way, then we would not be over here. Because of sex, we are here. What I understand. And one more thing. In India, we have made sex a taboo. Now you will be asking what is the meaning of taboo? Taboo means the thing that when we discuss about something, it seems to be like not people are feel embarrassed. Like seems to be people are feeling embarrassed while we talk about all those things. But why do we feel that? The only reason is our parents, our ideology, our ancestors, everyone has created such an ideology in our mind that we can talk about sex with our means friends, but we won't talk with our parents. We won't talk with our teachers. But why? Is this the thing? We have to talk with our teachers also because teachers give us education, and you must be knowing sex education is the most important thing, not given in India till now, but some of the other countries outside are providing sex education to the students. Why sex education is required? And these are the all questions the guest will be answering. Yeah, is it the guest? I have got one guest. Yeah, I have got him. Hello. Hello, sir. I did, sir. I admitted you. Yes, it might be showing right now. Okay, so now we have the guest with us, and I will be giving a short introduction of his. Let him connect. Let us now go to. Let's now. I want you all to see the intro of that program. Just have a look on the intro, and then we will continue with the guest. Hi, sir. Good evening. So we are not able to see your video. Is it on? So can you please switch your video on? Hello, sir. We are able to hear you. Can you please switch your video on?
Yes, it is on. So, are you listening me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Hello. Okay. So, could you see my video?
No, sir. Now is it? Now it is visible, sir. Now it is visible.
But I'm unable to see you. Yeah, is it fine?
Okay, you're not able to see me, sir.
Yeah, I'm not able to see you.
Now is it visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
So now, sir, we are
Yeah,
live on
good evening,
YouTube.
Om.
Now
How
we
are
are live
you?
on YouTube.
Okay.
So let me
Okay,
introduce
fine.
you to
Thank
all.
you. Okay.
Uh, so friends, here we have our guest of today's evening, and he is my first guest and my mentor. Everything. He means everything to me. He's my first guest of my show, my initiative, Changing Your Ideology, Talks with O. So he is an author, motivational speaker, educator, educationist, columnist. His profile at a glance is also a very big profile because he's a person who has tried almost everything in this world, which I see. And at first, he's a keynote speaker at Chhatar Sansad, and he addresses various of universities and colleges. He was a former principal and dean at different colleges in Delhi. For example, Indian Institute of Planning and Management, Delhi, and he was also School of Business of WIPS, Gandhi Group of Universities, Colleges, Delhi University, and many more. And he has also two schools of his own, one college, one management, Institute of Hotel Management, Ariham, and he is also a editor for the newspaper, daily newspaper, Bharat Bhumi, Vijay Bharat Bhumi, and he is also founder president at Kalinga Krishna Bharati National Foundation, Delhi. He has written many books on Narendra Modi. For me, he is a legend, and for him, Narendra Modi is the legend. And yeah, quite I want to like also say one thing about him that I have promised him that I will be writing a book on him, which would be having a title, a legend who recognized the legend. His journey from a small town, Mohanpur. From there, to 7 Racecourse Road, knowing the legend and writing a book on him.
Okay, thank you so much, all. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Yes, are you listening me?
Yeah, sir, I am listening to you. Sir, today's topic is unveiling the taboo of the eternal human urge, sex.
Okay. So, should I start?
Yeah, sir, you may start. Then I will be asking you some questions and some questions of my friends also on YouTube, those who are asking and all. I will be asking you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir, we are hearing you. You can continue.
Hello.
You may continue, sir.
Okay. So I'm starting right. So will I start?
Yes, sir, you may start.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. Good evening, all. So I'm very much happy that all has invited me for this session. And this is a very hot topic nowadays, and it's a very general topic, but it's too hot. Nowadays, present day context. At first, I'll request you all in this pandemic of COVID-19. COVID-19 is very much powerful. It has become enormously dangerous, immensely dangerous, eating of 3 million people from the world. So starting from the session, I'm just requesting you all to be safe and secure from this pandemic. Thanks to Om, who is my favorite. He might be from school right now, he's in school, but still, he has enormous potential. He can do anything in this world, I know. From a teen age, he's trying so hard and is absorbing so hard. At first, when I found him 5 years back, and now I'm seeing him. At that time, he was in school, and now also he is in school. Thank you so much, Om. Thanks for your perseverance. Thanks for your effort. And you dream big, I know. Om is a dreamer. And Om's friends, I request you all, please help Om, and Om will help you. You all should be dreamers. Dreamers are not born. Dreamers are created by self-creation. Dreamers never think of anything. They focus, they dream, they imagine, they plan, and they are set free to reach their goal. Om and his friends, thank you all. Let us start the session. The hot topic is sex education has become a taboo in our education system. Nobody wants to discuss about it. Nobody, not a single person, educates the students, basically the students at the teenage. Nobody wants to educate our students regarding sexual behavior, sex psychology, gender-based situation, gender-based equanimity, and inequality. But still, the sex education is immensely required for the teen-aged students. Now, basically, who are my audience? It's very strange whenever we are talking of sex. So everybody raises broad eyes. What is he speaking? But our parents, our guardians, our teachers, they should know at least that this is the age of 2021. In the millennium, in this new millennium, we have to be very much open and give enough information to our students so that they can plan, they should not commit any mistake, and they should be educated properly. Ages before, speaking about sex, that means it was a crime. But now, this is the age of 2021. If you are not educating your child regarding sex education, gender inequality, then it will be a crime. Now, the teenage society, the young mass is tortured. It's immensely tortured by the society, like the IT world, the mobile world, the digital world. Each and every teenager is succumbed enormous torture. Like the digital world, your mobile, your laptop, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, everything is torturing our young minds. When we were in college days, we had not a digital world. We had everything practical. Nothing was virtual. But nowadays, everything is virtual. Everything is digital. Everything is on internet. If anything is leaked in the internet, then you are gone. This cannot be wiped out from internet. So in this situation, I must say from one example, I'm studying this topic. 15 or 20 days back, some of my relatives, they called me from Odisha. They said, one girl has committed suicide because of playing PUBG. I said, why? He said, since my relative, but she committed suicide because while playing PUBG, she was playing on online with some other two boys. And in PUBG, exactly, I don't know what happens, but his relative said, while playing PUBG, the girl and the boys, they were intimating, they were distributing their photographs, and unfortunately, the girl supplied some photographs which were basically naked and with her face, with recognizing her face. And when the other two boys, the opponent, they blackmailed, she committed suicide because she was afraid of sexual abuse. Sexual abusement was the fear in that girl. My point is that everything is digital. So you should be very much focused what you do. And nowadays, if somebody says about sex education, even the parents, the guardians, they don't want that their child who is going to the school or college, they should be educated. Sex is a gift, it's a God gift. God has created this. God has created sex, and sex is an elixir of creation. This is not a crime until you permit it to be a criminal activity. From ages, our monks and sages, they have created the system of marriage. Marriage system means it's the union point. This is the union point of sexual activities, which is by law approved, which is legal. Sex is legal when this is approved through our marriage system. Sex is the root of creation that is created by God. Even the flowers, even if the plants, they also do sex, but that sex is different. Androecium and gynoecium, those are also present in our plant system. This is also a reproduction system. The reproduction system is always present in humans, in animals, in plants, that means in plant kingdom and animal kingdom. All the sexual activities are there, reproductive system is there, so we have to use it properly, and we should know the uses and abuses of sex system, that means the system of reproduction. The monks and sages have established the system of marriage. Marriage is an institution where sex is the medium. Marriage is an institution and sex is the medium through which this institution is built up. Marriage is an institution using sex to balance the nature for procreation. For procreation, sex is required, but this sex is only vitalized, is only legal through marriage. In our education system, what happens whenever our children grow up to be teenaged, when they grow up as a man or a lady, they don't know what is the mystery, what is the biology, what is the medical science behind these sexual activities. When a girl attains the age of 13 or 14, or a boy attains the age of 14 or 15, they become mature. That means they are liable to have a role in the reproduction activities. So at this juncture, what happens? Biochemical changes, that is called hormonal change. When a boy grows up, or when a girl grows up to be a woman or a man, what happens? A hormonal change occurs in their body. And hormonal change means that also increases or changes the psychological nature. That is called psychophysical thought process is changed by hormonal change, and this hormonal change is nothing but the changing behavior of nature. This is God's creation. God has changed our hormonal system of a boy or a girl, but they are unaware of this. So what happens? They are not aware of the system, reproductive system, and they commit mistakes. As a human being, we have each and every emotions intact in our body. If somebody is committing mistake unknowingly, he or she should be excused, should be forgiven. Unknowingly means we are not making her known or making him known regarding this fact. I'm just telling you one fact from mythology. This is not exactly mythology. Whatever we have, the mythology in the Hindus, these are all histories. These are all histories. This is not mythology. We have Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Banaprastha, and Sannyas. We have four stages of life. In ancient days, what happens? In case of Brahmacharya, at first the parents till the age of 5 or 10, and after that, the guru, they teach how to behave physically, how to behave sexually, how to behave socially, how to behave financially. So every kind of education was given by gurus and parents. At that time also there was sex education, but the sex education was highly based on scriptures. But ages have changed, time has changed. So that's why we have to go for modern studies, modern system of sex education. We have to teach our students, we have to teach our daughters and sons regarding the use, abuse, and misuse of this very reproductive system, sex.
Excuse me.
It has become also taboo when a girl child becomes mature. Basically, in the villages, not only in the villages, but also in Delhi, Mumbai, everywhere in Bhubaneswar. What happens when a girl child becomes mature? Basically, she attains the puberty. The very genuine thing is the parents becomes panic. The parents become panic, and they say that you cannot touch this thing, you cannot touch that thing, you cannot go to the temple, you cannot mix with people. So there is taboo always regarding the sex when a girl child becomes mature. I have seen in villages what happens when a girl child attains the puberty. She is estranged. She is simply estranged from the people, from the relatives, from the family members for 8 days, 10 days, 12 days. And after that, she becomes panic and she becomes uncomfortable that what happened to me? A girl child of 13 or 14, attains poverty, becomes mature, gets maturity, but at that very moment, she doesn't know what happened to me, what kind of hormonal changes have happened to me. But at the same time, her family members do not teach that you have attained poverty, you have attained maturity, and you should know this system as a reproductive system, blah, blah, blah. They should teach that, but they don't teach. And in future, what happens when hormonal changes happens in her body, then psychophysical change also happens. And at that juncture, knowingly or unknowingly, that girl commits crime. This is not crime. This is a sexual urge that each and everybody has. Because we have two types of hungers. Man has two types of hungers. How many types? Two types. Hunger of stomach, another is hunger of body. Hunger of stomach means we have to eat food. We have to eat food to stimulate, to stabilize, or to settle the hunger of stomach. But the second type of hunger is the hunger of body, that is hunger of sex. And that is also natural. Hunger of stomach is natural, hunger of sex is natural, and all these are created by God. So we should not have to suppress all these hungers, but we should know the technique. We should know the process to control all these hungers. Basically, the hunger of sex, that is the reproductive system. That is the weight of this creation of God. And accordingly, we have to stimulate ourselves to go for a new millennium, to go for a new juncture.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
now,
Excuse me, sir. You have been muted. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
regarding this system, what is the hunger of body and what is the hunger of mind? There are two types of hungers, hunger of body and hunger of stomach. So now you can ask me questions. I'll ask you. I'll answer you.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
the question is, first question is, we don't discuss about sex openly in India.
Okay.
Is it a culture? Is it our culture or a backward thinking that we have to together come and face and change it?
Okay. Your question is basically we don't discuss regarding sex, right?
Yes, sir. We don't discuss it. Is it our culture?
Okay.
India has its
You
own
see,
diverse culture. Is it a part of our culture or a backward thinking that we have to change it?
right. Okay. Yes. According to your question, not only me, but also all other intellectuals, they will also say you this is a backward thinking. It might be a culture of India that when we talk of sex, the teenagers, the boys and girls, the sons and daughters, the children of a family, they go away out of the discussion. It's our culture that we respect. We respect our parents, we respect our guardians. That's fine. But now the system has changed. Age has changed. This is the age of IT. This is the age of digital world. We are living in a digital world, so we cannot talk of those things we are present in the past. So talking of sex, discussing of sex is not a crime at all. We should discuss, the parents, the mothers basically, they should discuss regarding sex, what is poverty, what is the uh, criminal phenomenon behind these sexual activities, how should her daughters should be, how should her daughter to be prevented from the criminal psychology behind in her mind, or a father should explain to his son that how he should establish a state of mind which will be calm and quiet in spite of having sexual hormonal imbalance. So whenever we are talking of sex nowadays, people should accept it, parents should accept it, and in schools, the teachers should discuss it, and they should prevent the boys and girls, the students, committing sins or committing crimes out of this sexual activity. Yes, next.
Sir, my question is related to this question only. Your answer was a mother should teach a daughter and a father should teach a son. Is this not increasing the gender inequality in our country? Like a gender should teach other gender. Why a mother cannot teach her son and why a father cannot teach her daughter? What state of mind of Indians does
Okay,
this show?
okay. A father can also teach his son regarding this sex education, and he should teach. A mother should teach, can teach, and she must teach her girl child regarding the sex education. Because nowadays you see, you know very well nowadays how much criminal activities are throughout our society.
Yes, sir. It is
When our sons and
undesirable thing.
daughters
It's
are
undesirable thing
inside
that
the
is increasing
house,
rapidly.
yes, yes. When a girl child or a boy child, when these young men are inside our home, this is fine. But once they go out of the door, everything is gone. This is the period what I say 5 years back. But now what happens? Even even if by not going outside, staying inside your home is also leading to a criminal activity also. For example, this is the digital world. Everybody has mobile. Everybody has a laptop. So no need to go outside to commit a crime. To commit a crime means basically regarding sex, abusing sex system. This mobile phone, this digital world I say these are called digital slates. This mobile phone, I say these are digital slates. When the young mass is using this, they are exposed to enough negativities. So at this juncture, a mother or a father should teach their children that you have to control your psycho hormonal balance in nature. Psycho hormonal balance in nature, what happens? These are not the terminologies. We create those terminologies. If doesn't teach their children
Excuse me, sir.
regarding this, yes,
So will you please repeat your answer? The reason was you were disconnected due to a network issue. Our viewers must have like faced that difficulty of
yes,
hearing your voice, your answer.
okay. Now is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ask me next question.
So my next question is the importance. You told about the importance of teachers and parents teaching sex education. But when they teach it,
Sorry.
you told about importance of parents and teachers in students of sex life, the sex life of students, and introduce them to the right sex, like the sex right ideology towards sex. But my question is, when the teachers and parents do those things, the like belongings, the community, our classmates, everything, like everyone, like if also a topic of biology is taught in the class, a person may face communal teasing. The community may tease them. The classmates makes like boys makes a fun of girls. Like girls feel shy because their reproductive system is been taught in the class. How to come up this? How to overcome this ideology,
Okay.
small ideology of the classmates of boys and the ideology of girls, like overcome their shame. Why to shame? It is a natural thing that we see, that we know you have. Then why to shame to understand that? That will help us to grow as a global person, as a good human being. Want to know how to overcome these all things.
Okay. So your question is basically how to overcome this kind of awkwardness, this kind of ridiculous feeling whenever sex education is discussed inside the class, right?
Yes, sir.
If I'm not wrong, ever, I'm telling you one thing. When we were in our classes, when we were in our teenage, at that time, nobody was discussing regarding sex. Even the case of the news of rape and murder, they were not also discussed in our classes because because this news was uh, seeming like ridiculous. But this is something different. Whenever a girl child or a boy child is attaining only 14 age, 14, 15, 16, 17, what happens? They're in schools. In school, what happens? They are not exposed all these psychological activities. Suppose there is a sex psychology, there is a hormonal change. Hormonal changes, your mind changes, your thoughts changes. Your thought process goes beyond the system and it reaches to the reproductive system. So when a boy or girl is aware of the fact that now he or she is ready of the productive system, then automatically becomes or she becomes simple. Suppose we are talking of marriage. So marriage means It's a system of reproduction, a system of inheritance. It's a system of our. Hello.
Yes, sir. I am hearing you. It might create disturbance to your talk. That's why I have
Okay.
made it mute.
Okay. So is it audible?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay. Yeah. The answer is very genuine that whenever a girl child or a boy child becomes in class 9, class 10, or class 11, 12, what happens? Very novel and novel to say, very novel and novel. They are aware of this system because their hormonal changes happens, their psychophysical changes happens, and whenever they know that, they are aware of the fact that yes, now we have grown up and now we are ready for reproduction, we are ready for marriage. So automatically they go for the new part of their thinking. So that's why they become simple. Otherwise, nothing. They just connect their thought process to the system, to the marriage, to the reproduction system, and towards the nude system. Nude system means whenever somebody is married, her mind becomes nude, her mind becomes naked because everything is crystal clear. Naked means clear, nude means clear. Everything is clear, everything is clear like glass. जो होता है ना आर पार देखना, एक लड़के या लड़की जब बड़े हो जाते हैं वो आर पार देख लेते हैं क्योंकि सेक्स एजुकेशन इज ओ दिस इज सेक्स सो दिस हैपेंस आफ्टर मैरिज दिस हैपेंस व्हेन one husband or wife they unite, so that becomes crystal clear to them. So that's why they become shameful. They have that they have that not exactly fear, they feel the same, they are ashamed of listening all these things or discussing of all these things because previously they were not acquainted all these things. Newly they are acquainted of all these things. But after some days, after some years, they become very much familiar. And whenever nowadays what happens, seeing films, seeing movies, other things, now every movie is adult movie. Every movie is adult movie, no doubt. So after seeing all these things and after some days, when he or she reaches after plus two level, so they become very much friendly with all this. Yes, next question.
The next question. Creating knowledge, getting knowledge,
Yes.
creating an ideology by watching unwelcome sources, watching something, seeing something from like unwelcome sources like porn videos and adult contents, seeing that like if I give an example, porn videos also publish videos on ideology of like forceful sex, so that creates a wrong ideology. How to stop our generation from being destroyed by those all things?
Okay, it's a great question. You know that since 1 year, since 1900, since 2020 onwards, right, even if till now, the whole education system is thrown to digital world. That means to the mobile classes, online classes, right? So this has surpassed 1 year. Each and every child, even a child from nursery to a grown-up student of PhD, starting from PhD scholar to nursery students, each and everybody is nowadays on online classes. That means on mobile. This is very genuine that if we are using the mobile as a child for online classes, after online classes, what we are doing, nobody knows that. When our mom asks, what are you doing? Yes, I'm learning. My class is going on. Okay, your class is over? Yes, my class is over. Now I'm doing research for it. I'm just searching the Google for my lessons, for my studies. So mother and father, they think that our girl or our boy is studying and he is doing some research or she is doing some research on mobile, online. But nowadays, what happened? It's more than 1 year. Enough fun sites, thousands of fun sites have become active. Why? Because this is available online. This is available online. So when the students are prone to access, are liable to access, are easily liable to access the online system, the digital system, to the websites. So they come across the pop-ups, the advertisements, the notifications in the mobile and in the laptop. They click. So according to your question, I'm coming to the answer that the solution to your question, that means to stop this uh, viewing of pornography by the students, it can be done only by the government. Government means Central Government of India, by Modi government of India. Modi government should use filters. Modi government should use internet filters, digital filters, so that the other intruders, the foreign intruders of pornographies, or the national intruders of pornograph sites, pornograph masters, they cannot enter, because if we have filter, government should take action, but government is not taking action. And these porn sites are profusely become active, and they are destroying our student mass nowadays. So another way is, whenever suppose we are using our mobile or laptop, anything, our parents or our guardians, they should do what? They should use firewall. They should use firewall even if in the mobiles. If the mother or the father or the guardian use firewall in the mobile and in the laptop, and the government should have a filter system, internet filter system or digital filter system, so we can stop these pornographic sites. Our students can be exempt from all these activities of viewing pornographies, viewing pornographic sites, and other things. Yes, so next question.
So my next question is related to this question only. The reason is where the students are not getting education, sex education from their parents, from the teachers, they search Google. Now my question is, if the parents would have taught them, then they won't have searched Google for that. And one more thing, the reason is searching pornography. According to me, pornography is not wrong, not a thing that should be prohibited. But giving ideology, a bad ideology through pornography, is has to be prohibited. The reason is pornography. When we see pornography, like someone is watching pornography, if normal sex is being displayed, then it's natural. But when they characterized it, theaterized it in such a format that forcing a girl or forcing a man to have sex, that's the thing that has to be prohibited, because that brings a bad ideology. That's the reason. Or else, for me, according to me, pornography is not that bad, because it's give education where your parents and teachers are not means willing to give you. So it's the way which is like teaching you sex, how to and what is the things and what are the process and all. Whereas you have a blank mind over that. The reason is, if you don't see it,
Okay.
then you might or adopt it, you might do it in a wrong way, which can cause to some like disastrous diseases, and then things that we don't want, like having child, that we don't want to have child, but still then they had child, if they do it in a wrong way. But pornography is teaching that thing. But on pornography, having a wrong ideological thing, satirizing in a wrong way, is the thing that I means protest about. Or else pornography is a good to go thing for me.
No, you were right at your point, but the thing is that our cultural system, our education system, basically our Gurukul system that was there. Nowadays, Gurukul system is state, but our cultural system is still now active, because we all have more or less an orthodox family. We all have more or less orthodox family. Our parents have become orthodox, and they should be. In foreign countries, what happens? They are solitary families. Like the father marries for 2 times, 3 times, the mother marries for 2 times, 3 times, and the children, when they grow up to the age of 14, 15, they don't have the original father with them, even they don't have the original mother with them. Basically, that happens. So at that juncture of time, what happens? They don't have a natural culture system. So they go for crime, they commit mistake, but they have some medical facilities. They are medically educated. They're biologically educated. And they use some safety systems while misusing uh, their sex psychology. But the thing is that whenever we are going for pornography, this is not exactly required by the teenagers because our Gurukul system says, our Indian system, our Hinduism, our cultural system, basically not exactly Hinduism, each and every religion doesn't educate anybody to misuse the word sex power. They never teach that. Rather, they teach how to use this when you grow up. When you grow up, how can you use? Pornography is a sense of emotion. It's an emotion that leads to criminal activities by forcing the self, that means forcing yourself, forcing the self of another without any interest of the other side, and which lead to a criminal psychology. Pornography always leading for criminal activities, violence, rape, murder, crimes. So pornography should always be banned. This is not for exactly education, but if you can use for education, then that is fine. But everybody is not like you. Everybody is not equal. One in a millennium, one in a million, sorry, one in a million, that is one in 10 lakhs of the young ones, boys and girls. Once 10 lakhs youth mass is able to use properly their pornography system. He or she can be educated, he or she can learn, but the rest are prone to criminology, criminal psychology. So this is always negative. Our society doesn't accept it, so that's why whenever a film director or a producer produces a pornographic film, so they rate it as adult. They rate it as adult because this is not good for our psychological health or physical health. Thank you. Next question.
So one more thing. We have characterized the age group as adult, teenager, pre-teenager, and children, minors. I want to ask you
Okay.
that this characterization has been done on which basis? Like the students, like we also, like, there are some students. I won't say that I don't, but I will also add myself. We go to porn sites. We have a watch on that, but it's written 18 plus. But our psychology has been that stabilized to understand that. So the characterization of 18 plus is good or not for having sex and for all those things.
This is good. Basically, dividing the masses under 18 and above 18, above 21. So this is good. But exactly this is not required for our uh, youth mass because
He lost his connection.
think of positive thing, then he can use his power righteously. But otherwise, they will be misguided. I'm just giving an example from the mythology. When Arjun went to the Indra Sabha, Indralok, during the period of their Agyantwas, during the period of their Vanvas, for 12 years plus 1 year Agyantwas. So Arjun went to the heaven to Indralok for 6 years. There, what happened? He was so controlled. He was so controlled according to his emotion, his psychology, to his romanticism, that when he was offered by Urvashi, the Apsara, to unite with her, Arjun denied. Arjun simply denied because he was controlled psychologically, physically, mentally. He said, Gasamugna Prapanasmi Padukte Varavarnin, Tom me Matruvatpujya, Raksha Aham Putravatya. So that means, Tom hime Matruvatpujya, Raksha Putravatya, Gasamugna Prapanasmi Padukte Varavarnin. O Urvashi, the most beautiful women, the most beautiful angel in heaven, you just listen to me. Whenever I see, I just feel that my mother Kunti or Madri is standing in front of me. And please save me, thinking that Arjun is your child, I'm your child. Just think of it and please forgive me. Satisfy you by a sexual union. So at that juncture of time, what happens? We found that Arjun was morally so strong, mentally so strong, emotionally so strong that he observed his celibacy, observed his brahmacharya, and he became so firm that Urvashi was astonished. And obviously also she she had after that, the situation says that Urvashi and Arjun, that was a misunderstanding, and Urvashi cursed Arjun to be Napunsat for 1 year. You see, that curse for 1 year to be a Napunsat, that means without having the manliness, that also proved to be a boon to Arjun when they were in Agyapas. So mythology says that whenever we are self-controlled, we are self-balanced, emotionally balanced, sexually balanced, so we all have the boons, not gods. But our cultural system always says that if you're balanced mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually, then everything will happen positively. And as a young man, as a young woman, you will have a that is so many powers in our body: physical power, spiritual power, financial power, seminal power, जिसको ये कहते हैं वीर्यशाली, धैर्यशाली, धनशाली, प्रतिपत्तिशाली. तो ये होता है ना, जो वीर्यशाली होता है, वीर्य means semen. Virya means semen. It's related to sex. So Viryasali means is a brahmachari. Basically, who is a brahmachari is called a Viryasali. Viryasali means a brahmachari. That means he has full control over his sex psychology. That doesn't mean that the young mass, the young men and women, each and everybody will be a celibate, will be a brahmachari, or will be a brahmachari. That doesn't mean that. But if we control our emotion, basically our sexual emotion, physical emotion, then our social stimulus will be balanced. Social stimulus will be focused. We can focus on our work. But sexual urge should not be suppressed for a long period of time. I'm just telling you, sexual urge should not be suppressed or oppressed.
And I apologize to the viewers that the guest is having a Bad network connection. He will be reviving in. Please do wait till that time. He will be reviving in that term period. Okay, the guest left the room. The reason of his. I'm sorry for this. I'm really sorry for this. Now he has come back. He has come back. Yeah. He's connecting. He's connecting. Within two minutes, he will be
This
connected.
is
Yeah, he's connected. Yeah. So sorry for the error. I think you were disconnected due to network connection.
yes, yes. Now it's fine. It's audible to me. So please ask me the next question.
So my next question is,
Will
my next question is, when we when we talk about sex, I'm discussing about sex with you. I'm realizing that I am having very less viewers on YouTube. The reason is the topic. If I would be having a topic of inspiring someone or motivating someone, then I hope I would have gained more viewers. I want you to give a message to such an ideology because our program is that changing your ideology, the thinking process. I'm experiencing very low viewers. Now I want more viewers. Now I want them to know like why sex is a thing that needs motivation and inspiration among the youth and among this nation. By that message, I think they would be able to revive and come back to my video after we go offline. I want you to give them a message on this.
okay. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, loud and clear.
Yeah, could you please repeat? Actually, this was not audible. Yeah, could you please repeat?
Sir, my question was, it is not a question, it is a request that my topic, my way of choosing a topic that is not well discussed in India, so I'm experiencing less viewers on my YouTube. Right now, I'm having very less viewers.
Okay.
I want them to
Okay.
know, those who are avoiding my messages, avoiding the invitations and thing, I want them to know the importance. I want them to know the importance and the reason why we motivate people, why we inspire people regarding this topic, sex, why it is important. A message to them.
Okay. In the Vedas, it is written, Anandat Brahmeti Vyajana. Anand. Out of the union of our parents, we are born and we are the children of His. Anandat Brahmeti Vyajana. That means हम आनंद से जन्म हुए हैं. हमारा पिता माता का आनंद से, आनंद की मिलन से हम जन्म हुए हैं. तो इसीलिए हम आनंद का शिशु है. हम आनंद का संतान है. क्योंकि हमारे पिता माता का आनंद से, दैट मीन्स सेक्सुअल यूनियन से हम हमारा जन्म हुआ है. तो दैट मीन्स sex is always a vital role in God's creation. God has created this. But the thing is that the same way, we should know the use of sex, the abuse of sex, the misuse of sex. If we have a proper education on sex, if somebody, our teacher, our parents, our guardian, or any other speaker, any other intellectual, they should teach us. If they teach us regarding sex education, then we will use our sex power in a productive way. Not only in a reproductive way, in a productive way, we can use our sex power. Sex system is a system that is developed by nature. This is not by us. This is developed by nature. Even the fishes, even the animals, even the lions, even the plants, each and everybody, the whole system and different place. Sex and in the Bhagavad Gita, tell your friends, you have a less viewer, I know. I'll tell your friends that in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he says, the Varna Shankara Jayate.
Sir, will you
Lord
please
Krishna says.
repeat?
So that means,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Lord Krishna, yes, I'm just repeating. In the second chapter, Lord Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says to Arjun that
Having a bad network connection.
is it audible?
Now, sir, it is audible. Now it is audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Yes. So Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Kulastriya Pradusita Varna Shankara Jayate. That means if become abused of sex, Kulastriya Pradusita their sex power. So that is what happens. Varna Shankara Jayate. Varna Shankara means hybrid. Hybrid will be born. Hybrid will be born means now the present system says that the same thing. Now the marriage system is bad. Marriage system is not right. The sex education is not in that proper way. Our youth mass, our young mass, they have not taught properly how to use, where to use, when to use our sex power. That is the power of inheritance. That's the power of nature. That's the power of God. उसी पावर को यूज करके उसी पावर को वही सेक्स पावर को कोई कंट्रोल करके कोई बहुत बड़ा साधु बन जाता है, बहुत बड़ा ब्रह्मचारी बन जाता है, कोई बहुत बड़ा साइंटिस्ट बन जाता है, बहुत बड़ा आदमी बन जाता है. लेकिन उसी चीज को हम अगर सही तरह से यूज नहीं करेंगे, कंट्रोल नहीं करेंगे, तो कुछ भी नहीं बनता है. I'm just giving an example. When you were a child, you were playing for 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours a day, but you were not tired of. जब आप बच्चे थे, जब आप छोटे थे, तो आप बहुत खेल रहे थे, कूद रहे थे, दिन भर कूद रहे, दिन भर खेल रहे थे, धूप में खेल रहे थे, क्योंकि आप थकते नहीं थे, क्योंकि आपके अंदर एक शक्ति था, पावर था. वो क्या है? हेलो, इज इट ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir.
Okay. मेरा ये कहना है, when you were a child, when you were a child of only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, before your poverty, before your maturity, you were playing for 10 hours, 12 hours a day without any tiredness. Why? Because there was a power, and the power is called as Oza. Oza. Oza means the reserve power, the long-term power, the power which is reserved for 10 years, 12 years, out of your sex reserve, out of your semen reserve in your body. That is called Oza. Oza means अगर कोई अपना सेक्स कंट्रोल करके ब्रह्मचर्य धारण करता है, उसका ओजा मिलता है. ओजा एक तेज होता है. तो बच्चों में वो ओजा होता है. वो ओज के जरिए वो पावरफुल बनता है, वो कभी थकता नहीं. So that means previously the way in which our Gurukul system was developed, our gurus, our parents, they were teaching us how to use your sex power, how to control your sex power, how to use celibacy, how to control your celibacy. That was there. And now, if this education is given by our parents or our gurus or our teachers or our guardians or intellectuals, then also we can be powerful. Sex power is an enormous power. You should not waste it. But when you grow, that means older and older, that means after the age of 15, 16, 17, 18, if you attain the age of 27, 28, 29, 30, so what happens? You have suppressed your sex power. And suppressing the sex power for a long term of duration, what happens? You may lead for psychology. So that's why you have to use your sex power productive way. That means when your age becomes marriageable age, you should marry. Before marriageable age, you should be controlled. And you should know what is the difference between abusing and misusing such a system that you get ignition, you get a power to conquer over the world.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello. Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible, sir?
Yes, sir. This is audible, but I'm unable to see you. I'm unable to see you, but it's audible.
Now are you able to see me, sir?
No, I'm not able to see you.
Just a minute, sir. It's due to some network fluctuations.
Are you able to see me?
I am able to see you, sir. You may continue. You may continue. I will be overcoming this.
Okay. So, my kind request to all your friends, to the youth was, they should discuss on sexual education. They should use it properly. Bindu Dharanat, Bindu Dharana Jivana. Sure, on sadhana, the pranayams, the ways to establish your sex power, you should know it. So by discussing on sex, you can also know the system, the yogic system to control over sex. Right?
Thank you, sir. You
Yes,
helped
Tom,
us
I
a lot.
think this is.
You helped us all a lot in understanding the real actual thinking behind sex, what ideology, what are the things we have to create in ourselves to conquer our sex power, use it in a useful manner, meaningful manner, not wasting it. And you also helped us to see see sex in a different way. We saw it from your means point of view, and it was way better than ours. It was actually way better than ours.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir,
much,
for
Tom.
being a part of this show. You are our first guest, and you will be receiving a certificate of appreciation at your address, and and a couch,
Thank you.
and a couch will be which will be having a customized gifts, customized gifts from our channel English Adda. You will be getting that too. These are
Thank
all
you. Thank you so
things
much.
that we are trying to show our part of like concern. We are showing our part of work that has to be done because you have done your part in a very, very well manner. Your exceptional dedication to make us understand this topic in a way better manner and making me like pleased. You made me pleased with your presence. You have raised me. Yes, you are all team English Adda. Everyone is thankful to you. And today I need to thank my friends like Paramjit Jitendra Baral. He is the technical buddy. He has created the thumbnails and he has created the intros and outros of the videos. He's handling the chats and everything. A great thanks to him, to you. I am the way. I am just a bridge. They are the ones who is building that bridge, and you are the one who is taking the mass through that bridge. I am just a structure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
And you will
Thank
be
you. And
receiving your
best of
gifts.
luck for your future stuff.
You will be
Okay.
receiving your
Thank you.
gifts after some days. Due to other courier services and all, you will be receiving your gifts.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much,
And
and
thank you, sir,
congratulations
for
for your
creating
success.
for
And
taking out
okay. And
time from your busy schedule. And I need to say this to our all
yes.
viewers that this person has a very busy schedule. He don't even get a time to have its like to a square meal in a time, in a perfect timing. He does it like after he sleeps at 2 or 3. Sometimes it like takes a sleep at 4. He completes his work. His dedication towards his work has brought him from a small village to the place where he is right now. Being the deans of Delhi University colleges and colleges in other parts of India, being speaker, chief guest in abroad, in India, everywhere, around the world. He has established his pillar in the society, which is very much strong, and we all have to learn from him. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your dedication. Your exceptional dedication has given me a
Thank you.
push that it has motivated me that the next session, and I will be having many sessions with you like this. And this time, thank you for this. Thanks a
Okay.
lot. So, any message to our viewers? Last
Thank you.
message.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir.
My message is very simple. Do good, be a good learner, be a good listener, and the whole world will listen you one day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I am again giving you a promise that one day I will be a writing book on you, a legend who recognized the legend. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for coming. It meant a lot to me and my
Thank you.
group. It meant a lot to me and my group. Thank you, sir. Have a
Love you
great
so
evening,
much.
sir.
Love you so much. You'll be great man one day. You'll be great man one day. I
With
bless
all
you.
your blessings, sir. With
Yeah.
all your blessings and disguise of God. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
As a Odisha person, as a Odia person, I will be saying Joy Jagannath.
Oh, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.